What's going on, guys? Mike, aka Crypto Jewel, is going to do a TRIAS video update. So let's not waste any time and let's just hop straight into the chart. I'm not going to get into the macro at all. If you guys want to see my macro idea, you can go ahead and look at a couple of my past videos. I got into the macro with the potential bullish scenario of the 1-2-1-2, but we're not going to get into that. We're going to just kind of focus on the micro here. And look at what I believe is going on and kind of follow up from the micro time frame of the last video. Ultimately, what I believe we have working here is this 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5. And now we should get a B, C three-wave structure down. And this support box here is ultimately where our two-wave needs to hold, which is anywhere from $2.90 all the way up to $3.50 or so. If our two-wave structure can hold, if we can hold this zone, then I believe we will work our way up to about $11.28. And that is ultimately where our pivot point is, which has been my main target ever since this thing bottomed down here and broke out of that descending wedge, falling wedge, or also my Y wave. My main target had always been this zone here for our pivot point. Once we get up in this zone, we could go a couple different directions. We could stay macro bullish, have a 4-wave retrace, and then break back above. Or this could follow a larger degree ABC structure, which would ultimately be some sort of a 3-wave structure like so, coming back down and then coming back up and ultimately heading, to 30 to 60 bucks, which is really my minimum expectation at this point. And my maximum expectation would be the uber bullish scenario, which would take us, over 200 bucks, probably more likely to 500. But in order for both of those scenarios to play out, we have to hold this 2-wave support here. On this drop, it has played along fairly well with, what we've been anticipating with this impulsive structure. If you're in my premium Discord, then, we've been expecting this pop for this 5th wave and then this 2-wave retrace down into this zone here. A lot of people have been freaking out and been speculating on the, Qcoin situation with them kicking out U.S. citizens and what that's going to do to liquidity and what's that going to do to price and so forth and so on. And, people ask me those questions, and quite frankly, I don't answer them because I don't speculate on what could or could not happen. I can only determine, and I can only, get my bias based off of the data shown right here on this chart. That's it. I don't care what could happen or what could not happen. It doesn't matter. What matters is what happens here. So, if the situation with the U.S. residents affects the TRIAS price, then we're going to find out. We'll find out if this 2-wave support breaks, and then all of a sudden we've got something else going on. But until that happens, there's no reason, for me to freak out or to say that it's possible that, this happens or that happens. It doesn't do any good to assume something based on some sort of a narrative outside of the data on this chart. So, I don't answer questions about hypotheticals. What if this, what if that? It doesn't do anybody any good to think that way. All it does is cause emotional distress for you, which, is obviously not a good thing. If you are trading cryptocurrency to be overly emotional, then you will end up losing your shit, mentally, and also losing your shit when it comes to, your financial portfolio. You'll also be losing because you will be emotionally trading swings, more than likely buying pumps, and then more than likely selling bottoms. So I don't get into that. And, quite frankly, I don't really care. Again, all I care about is the data on this chart. And as of right now, we have a 5-wave impulse up, and that is a trend reversing structure off of you know, this low. So as far as I'm concerned, we have reversed the trend potentially, as long as we can hold a 2-wave and then break back above the top of that one. If we can do that, then, you know, that's all that matters at this point. So we'll see what happens, and I will keep it updated. See you later.